So in this lecture, we are going to study the topic double integration. So we have already seen the definite and indefinite integrals involving one variable. Now in this lecture, we are going to see about the multiple integrals involving one and more variables. Suppose if your integral in this form, integration a to b, f of x to g of x, f of y dx. So this integral involving two integration. So that's why this integral is called as double integral. So this is a standard form of double integral, and you can evaluate this integral from inside to outward. You can solve this by inside to outward. So in this double integration, we are going to see the three types. Type number one is direct evaluation. Second is evaluation of double integral when the limits are not given. And third type, that is change the order of integration. So we are going to see the types one by one. So in this lecture, we are going to see the type number one. So what is type number one? That is direct evaluation. Everyone know how to integrate the single integral. But when it is double integral, how to integrate? Let's how to solve the double integral. See the example: integration 0 to 1, 0 to y, xy dx dy. So how to integrate this double integral? There will be question in your mind: integration with respect to what first, x first or y first? So to decide the integration with respect to x, y first, there are some rules. So see the first rule: always integrate from inside to outward. Always integrate from inside to outward. Second, if limits of inner integral are functions of x, then integrate it with respect to y. And if limits of inner integral are functions of y, then integrate with respect to x. Third point, limits of outer integral are always constant number. Always take outside integral as what? Constant limit. And fourth, if limits of both integral are constant, so in that case, you can separate the variable and you can easily integrate that double integral when both the limits are constant. So try to remember all these 4 points. If try to remember first point, if your inner integral in terms of y, so in this example, inner integral in terms of what? 0 to y. So that limits in terms of y means these are the limits of x. So that's why integrate with respect to what first? X first, then y. And always take constant limit outside. And suppose if instead of 0 to y, if it is 0 to x, so in that case, inner integral are in terms of x. That means these are the limits of what? Y. So in that case, integration with respect to y first, then x. So let's see the examples. Evaluate. This example belongs to direct evaluation. Given 0 to 1, 0 to y, xy dx dy. So this xy is nothing but what? Function of x. So take the limit 0 to y. 0 to y means what? Limits this 0 to y. These are the limits of x. Because limits of y. So inner integral in terms of y, that means they are the limits of x. So that's why we are integrating with respect to x first, then y. So I hope you understood this step 1, how to decide integration with respect to x first or y first. It is depending upon the inner integral limits. if your inner integral limits in terms of y, that means these are the limits of x. So in that case, integrate with respect to x first. If inner integrals in terms of y, that means in terms of x means these are the limits of y. So in that case, integration with respect to y first, then y, then x. So in this example, inner integral are functions of y. So that's why integrate with respect to x first, keeping y constant. So I have taken here all the inner integral time outside the integral. So y is when we are integrating with respect to x, that time y is constant. So y is taken outside. Integration of x become x square by 2. Upper limit 1, lower limit 0. This dy is also as it is. So y into upper limit minus lower limit become y square by 2 into dy. So y square by 2 become y cube by 2 dy. So what is here? Equation 0, 1, y upon 2. So what is the equation of y cube? That is y raised to 4 upon 4. With the upper limit 1, with the lower limit. If we substitute upper limit is 1, so 1 by 4 minus 0. So answer is 1 upon 8. I hope you understood this example. This type is very easy. It is totally depending upon the inner integral. Second example, evaluate integration 0 to 1, 0 to x square, e raised to I upon x, dy dx. Again, means integration 0 to x square, e raised to y upon x, dy into dx outside. Now try to solve the inner integral. That is integration of e raised to y upon x dy. So what is integration of e raised to something? E raised to something is nothing but e raised to something divided by coefficient of y. So integration of e raised to y upon x is e raised to y upon x divided by coefficient of y. What is coefficient of y is here? 1 upon x. With the upper limit x square, with the lower limit 0. Now instead of y, substitute upper limit x square, and instead of y, substitute lower limit 0. So this 1 upon x will be multiplied with x into e raised to y upon x. So substitute here x into e raised to x square upon x become x get cancel, e raised to x remains, minus x into e raised to 0 become 1. So what left? So what left here? X e raised to x minus x, upper limit minus lower limit. Now you can separate this integral, multiply this integration 0 to 1 to both the terms. So in first term become integration 0 to 1 x e raised to x minus integration 0 to 1 x dx. So how to integrate x e raised to x? You can integrate x e raised to x by q into v rule. So x is u and v is e raised to x. So integration of x into e raised to x dx is u integration v. That means x as it is, integration of e raised to x, e raised to x minus double integration d by dx of u into integration of v. Derivative of x become 1 and double integration of e raised to x become e raised to x. And integration of x is x square by 2. Now substitute upper limit and lower limit. Upper limit is 1 and lower limit is 0. So instead of x, substitute upper limit and lower limit. So here 1 into e raised to 1 minus e raised to 1. This is upper limit. Lower limit, instead of x, substitute 0. So that becomes 0 and e raised to 0 become 1. So upper limit minus lower limit. Minus sign is there. So that's why this become plus 1 into minus half. For the x square by 2, upper limit is what? 1 by 2 and lower limit 0. So what left? Only minus half. So integral value is here 1 by 2. Next example, show that integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus x square into 1 plus y square x dx dy. So here see the limit. Both the limits are constant. So in this case, when both the limits are constant, in that case you can integrate with respect to y first or x first. So here I am integrating with respect to x first. So integration 0 to infinity outside, integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus x square into 1 plus y square x dx taken outside, keeping dy outside. So consider this, inside integral is what? I1. So we are solving first I1. So how to solve this value? So in this example, you can't solve by using direct. So there is a substitution. If we substitute x square is t, 2x dx become dt. So standard substitution to solve the example. Now substitute this value. Instead of x square, we are going to substitute t. So what left here? E raised to minus 1 plus y square into t, and this x dx become dt by 2. So try to solve it. Take half outside. What left? E raised to minus 1 plus y square t dt. Again 1 by 2 as it is. Integration of e raised to ax. Integration of e raised to x is nothing but e raised to x upon a. Likewise, integration of e raised to minus 1 plus y square t is e raised to minus 1 plus y square into t divided by minus 1 plus y square, with the upper limit 0, with the lower limit 0. Upper limit infinity and lower limit is 0. So what left here? Minus 1 by 2, 1 plus y square is outside, because variable of the integration is what here? T. So instead of t, we are going to substitute upper limit and lower limit. Try to substitute e raised to 0, sorry, e raised to infinity become, e raised to minus infinity become 0. So upper limit is in this case 0. Minus, instead of e raised to 0, upper limit is, lower limit is what? 0. So e raised to 0 become 1. So 0 minus 1 is nothing but what? Upper limit minus lower limit. So value of I1 is here 1 upon 2, 1 plus y square. This is what? We are solving only inner integral. So this is the value of I1. Now substitute this value in the given integral. So I is equal to integration 0 to infinity. Value of inner integral is here 1 upon 2, 1 plus y square. Keeping dy as it is. Now try to solve this integration. So again 1 by 2 is taken outside. Integration of 1 upon 1 plus y square. Integration of 1 upon 1 plus x square is what? Tan inverse of x upon e. So in the similar manner, integration of 1 upon 1 plus y square is tan inverse of y upon 1, with the upper limit infinity, with the lower limit 0. Substitute upper limit infinity, that means tan inverse of infinity minus tan inverse of 0. Tan inverse of infinity is pi by 2. Tan inverse of 0 becomes 0. The value of integral is what we are getting. I is equal to pi by 4. I hope you understood this. So we have solved the, and this example can be solved by integration with respect to y first, then x. We can solve because both the integral having the limits constant. So your choice is to integrate with respect to what first. When the limits are constant, in that It's your choice to integration respect to x first or y first. So both the limits are constant, and can you separate this integral? Because see here a function 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square into 1 minus y square. So in this example, you can easily separate the function and you can easily separate the integrals. Integration 0 to 1 dx upon under root of 1 minus x square into integration 0 to 1 dy upon 1 minus y square. So what is the integration of dx upon square root 1 minus x square? That is sin inverse under root of 1 minus y square is sin inverse of y. Substitute upper limit 1, lower limit 0. Similarly for the second one, sin inverse of 1 minus sin inverse of 0. Upper limit for the both the terms become pi by 2, pi by 2. Sin inverse of 0 become 0. So what we are getting the answer, I is equal to pi square by 4. So students, try to remember the 4 points to evaluate the double integral. What is the first note to evaluate the double integral? If your inner integral in terms of x, if your inner integral limits in terms of x, that means that are limits of y. So in that case, integration with respect to y first, then x. This is the first note. Second note, if your inner integral in terms of x, in that case, what to do? If your inner integral in terms of, sorry, in terms of y, then what to do? That means that are limits of x. So in that case, integration with respect to x first, then y. This is the second note. And third note, if the both the integral having constant limits and integral can be separated, so in that case, you can separate the integral and you can easily evaluate the integral. So there is no any rule to integration with respect to x first or y first. You can easily separate the integral, and find out the value of integration. Students, in this lecture, we have seen the direct evaluation, how to evaluate the double integral. So try to remember all these 4 points. Then only this double integral can be solved. And for the M3 course, we require this double integration. So try to remember the steps to evaluate the double integral. I hope you understood all this first type. For the next lecture, we will come with evaluation of double integral when the limits are not given. For the next lecture, we will start the type number 2. Thanks for watching my lecture. Thank you.